Hello, my friends. Welcome to Post to Post. It's Neil here. Back at you talking about some Utah rumors, maybe more so than rumors because we've got some actual concrete information here in terms of copyright patents and stuff that has been filed with the U.S. Patent Office. This is something that I tweeted about, I believe it was on the 18th of April, so just a couple of days ago. And it was because on the 16th, a holding company or a company basically submitted trademarks, copyrights, and patents for specific naming rights within Utah. This is all public information. You can find it. It's not easy. You have to explore the site a little bit, and it is not the most intuitive site, but you can absolutely find some really good information out there. It's available to everyone. You don't need an account or anything like that. It's public information. So that's how people find this stuff. It's just a little bit difficult to find. So on the 16th, I heard that they had filed, I believe it was 5 names. Yeah, I think it was 5 names. And then I went to go check on the 18th, and luckily a new one was just submitted then, and I saw someone tweet about it, and I basically just quoted the tweet and confirmed it or whatever because I saw it and I included a screenshot or whatever. So I'm going to walk through some of these names that are out there, some of them that have been submitted officially. That does not mean that any of these are going to be the Utah name coming up. It could be Salt Lake City, something, insert name. It doesn't have to be Utah. This is a normal process, okay? So there's 8 that I'm going to read. Could be none of them, but it is still important information. Now, I have to give a quick shout out to Larry's House of Hockey here on YouTube. A smaller channel, but makes tons of hockey videos consistently, pretty much on a daily basis, actually. I had planned to talk about this since the 18th. I was waiting to see if more were submitted. I haven't noticed any, so I'm just going to stick with the ones that I have. But he actually made a video about this, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, and he ranked the same 8 that I'm going to talk about. So I just want to give a quick shout out to him. If you're not following him on YouTube, definitely go follow him and see his ranking, because he ranked these, and I'm going to do the same. So a little shout out to him. Okay, so I'll go 8 to 1, my least favorite to favorite. That's what I usually do in my rankings, and we can discuss at the end if you agree or not. So number 8, Utah HC, or Utah Hockey Club. This is not something that's very typical for the NHL, for the AHL, ECHL, QMJHL, any league within the CHL. This is not a very North American typical name. This is very European. You see this not only in hockey, but in football or soccer. You see this in pretty much every single hockey league across all the countries. You see it in Sweden and Finland, and I don't see it in the UK, but you see it in Germany and Slovakia and Slovenia, basically every single European country for the most part. So this is a very, very European thing, and this is almost a backup. So if they don't agree on a name, a brand, logo, whatever, all that stuff, they can appear as the Utah Hockey Club or the Salt Lake City Hockey Club if they have submitted that as well, as a placeholder for probably 1 year. I think this is very unlikely, extremely unlikely actually, but it's just a part of doing due diligence towards creating a brand and stuff. You need backups and backups. So that's going to be last on my ranking, just because it's unrealistic for a North American hockey team or sports team in general to use. Number 7, I put the Utah Fury. I don't love this name. I think it has maybe the best potential or second best potential for a really cool logo. You could do a really interesting, fiery or almost grungy or very intense word mark. You could have something that's really aggressive in general. You could pick, Fury can apply to so many creatures and animals. You could have fun with it. So I think visually the name Fury would be very cool, but as just a name in general, don't like it. It's too close to furry, and you don't want the awkward nickname of the Utah Furries. That's something else. So I'm not a fan of it, just based on the word, really. Number 6, I put Utah Ice. It's okay. It's just okay. It's a bit of a lackluster, maybe low effort name. You've got are they in the BCHL? The Kootenai Ice, I believe they're called. I don't mind it there, and they've got a really cool logo. I'm not even sure if they still exist anymore, but I don't know. It's just when I think of Utah, I don't think of ice. And I know it's sport, I know it's hockey, and I know that sport has ice, but still, when I think of Utah, I don't think of ice. Snow, maybe, but not. I don't know, not ice. just not, it's not working for me. Number 6, Utah Blizzard. That's a little bit more like it. Like I said, snow. Blizzard is, I was going to say, as aggressive as an Avalanche. But no, I think that's definitely wrong. Avalanche is more aggressive. But Blizzard's kind of in that same ballpark. You've got the lightning and the hurricanes and the avalanche and potentially the blizzard. So it's very logical in terms of sports naming. And I think you could have a pretty cool logo as well. But I don't love it. It's not. It's definitely not my favorite. I think you could get some pretty cool colors with it, though. You'd almost have to have a bit of white, silver, blue. But then again, you're in Colorado Avalanche territory. You're in, like, look at all the NHL teams that have blue in their brand. So many. So I think that path is unrealistic for the Blizzard. Number 4, Utah Mammoth. Now, I did some digging in terms of the, I guess, history of Utah going all the way back to the Jurassic period and prior to that and stuff. And I looked at all of the dinosaurs that have ever existed in Utah in terms of what they found and fossils and stuff. And I thought that, we've got the Toronto Raptors, and you can't name them the Raptors because the Toronto Raptors exist. It would just be weird. But are there any other dinosaur names that you could use, and they're all like super long and difficult to say, and they don't roll off the tongue? So the answer is no. But a mammoth, which was post, I don't know, actually I don't know the period that it was in, so I'm not even going to pretend like I know. But it is a huge creature, and it would make for an awesome logo. So I'm wondering, like, that's not a bad name, actually. It's not the easiest to say. It doesn't sound great with Utah Mammoth. The Mammoths. Don't love the name, but you could do something really cool with it. It's also very unique as well. So, and then from a color standpoint, you could have a lot of fun with the colors with this one and to get some really unique colors as well, I think, in the NHL. So you never know. Number 3, I really struggled with this one, Utah Outlaws. I originally had it down lower because when Vegas was coming into the league in 2017, I think that was likely in the top 3 potential names for the Vegas team. And they didn't go with it. And at the time, I was a little bit disappointed. But I still kind of like the name, but it's still one of those names that it's so almost overused in a lot of team concepts and rebrandings and stuff that it's a little tiresome. But it's still an okay name, and like there's so much potential for a logo and it's just a team persona. I mean, the Outlaws. It's a really menacing name as well. So I'm on the fence with that one. I put it 3rd. I originally had it in 6th. Who knows? If I rank these again in a couple months, it might be different. I struggle with the top 2, so it's almost a tie. But in 2nd place, I put the Utah Venom. I think it would be an amazing name in terms of, like, you could have an amazing logo and colors. Utah has very, like, dull colors in certain parts. You've got some beiges and oranges and yellows and like sand and stuff, which is cool, but it doesn't make for maybe the best color palette for a uniform. It would be, I don't know. Like, we've already got quite a bit of orange and red in the NHL. Not so much orange, but definitely red. So I'm not sure if they would go that direction. However, with that said, it would almost kind of mimic the same red that the Arizona Coyotes use, or kind of use now. So maybe, I'm not sure. But that doesn't really match the color of any, like, snake, really. I mean, there obviously are, but when I think of Venom, I think of green. And when I think of green, I don't think of Utah. No offense to Utah, but I don't really correlate green and Utah together. Now, northern Utah, the northern half of Utah, yeah, okay, but not so much. But with that said, a Venom logo and jersey with, like, black and green as the primary color and, like, white as the tertiary color, I think that would be really, really good. We don't have enough green in the NHL. There's only, 2 teams that use it. If you want to count San Jose, maybe that's 3, but that's teal. But anyways, we need more green in the NHL. So I'd love to see some green in this uniform or branding, regardless of the team name, honestly. So, yeah, I don't know. And then number 1, I put the Utah Yetis. And in terms of names that have been filed, I saw the Yetis, the Venom, the Blizzard, the Ice, the Fury, and the Hockey Club. I think, actually, there might be one more. I can't remember. But, yeah, Yetis is... There's just so much potential with the name Yetis. Or Yeti, whatever. They have to call them the Yetis. You can't call them the Yeti. That doesn't make sense. So they've got to be the Yetis. It's also easy to say. It's also 2 quick words. Utah, 4 letters. Yetis, 5 letters. Utah Yetis, Utah Yetis, Utah Yetis. It's easy to say. So Awesome logo, awesome colors. Again, you'd get into some blues, some grays, some whites. I don't know how you would possibly incorporate a green or a purple. You could, maybe. I would love to see it. I just don't know if they would go that direction. But I think Yetis is a really interesting, unique, aggressive, easy name to market, to visually show. I think there's a lot of potential there. I'm not saying that that's the one that they're going to go with because I don't know. This is all speculative. But I like that name the best. I would be curious to see some other options, though. I suspect we will hear some rumblings and rumors in the next couple of weeks and months as to what names they're actually considering or what is high up on their list. Not much stays private these days in the NHL. There's so much media and connections that people have that word just gets out, right? So we'll likely know sooner rather than later, but there are some good options on this list. So I'd be very curious to know how you guys feel about these names. Which ones are your favorite? Like Kale, if you guys have been following my channel for a while or originally watched Kale on his channel, he doesn't make any videos anymore, unfortunately, but he loves the European hockey and the European naming conventions and stuff. So like pretty much number one on his list is Utah Hockey Club, and it's last on my list. So there's lots of preference out there. There's no really wrong or right. There's, it is what it is, and this is exciting. I love this time. I love what we're going through right now. A new brand coming in the NHL. It's so rare. It's very exciting. Even if we don't end up liking it or they miss the mark a little bit, it's still such an exciting time. So let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about the names here that have been filed, or the names that I kind of listed off. Some of them have been filed officially, some maybe not. And let me know what your least favorite is as well. I'd be curious to know. So hope you guys are having a great day watching the playoffs. Great couple of days. We'll see you tomorrow for Jersey Concepts. That'll be coming probably around 5 or 6 p.m.-ish Eastern, maybe. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, we'll talk to you then. Hope you're having a great day. Subscribe if you're new to catch more hockey content. And if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.